Hello friends, we are discussing the chapter Laws of Motion and in the initial lectures we have discussed about the fundamental forces in nature, the real and the pseudo forces, the conservative and the non-conservative forces, then the work done by the variable force. Today we are going to discuss about the collisions. Initially, we are going to discuss about the head-on collision. That is when two bodies are colliding on each other. So, the M1 is a body. So, this is a body of mass M1 which is moving in this direction with initial velocity u1. There is one another body of mass m2 which is moving in the same direction with a smaller velocity according to the magnitude of the arrow with the smaller velocity u2. Now, this is before collision. Now, these are moving. M1 is moving and M2 is also moving. And now here, during impact, that is both have collided on each other. So, M1 and M2 have collided on each other. This is during impact and after collision. Now, this M1 moves with a velocity v1 in this direction and m2, the body m2 moves with velocity v2 in this direction. So, this is the head-on collision of the bodies m1 and m2. Now, we would be discussing about the types of collision. That is when these two m1 and m2 are colliding with each other. What are the types? So first is the elastic collision and the next is the inelastic collision. Now, what is elastic collision? That is when the initial momentum is what? Mass into velocity. So, first body of mass m1 having initial velocity u1. So, m1 u1 and the second body of mass m2 and initial velocity u2. So, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is the initial momentum of the two bodies. So, when this initial momentum of the two bodies before collision is equal to the final momentum of the two bodies after collision. So, that is the initial m1 v1, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. It is said that the momentum is conserved. So, in elastic collision, momentum is conserved. Also, in inelastic collision, another type of collision, again, the momentum P, initial momentum is equal to final momentum, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is m1 v1 plus m2 v2, that is the initial momentum is equal to final momentum. So, in both type of collision, that is the elastic collision and the inelastic collision, the momentum is conserved. That is the initial momentum is equal to final momentum. This is a common point of the elastic collision and the inelastic collision. Now, what is the difference between the elastic collision and the inelastic collision? The difference is here, the next. That is the kinetic energy initial. In the elastic type of collision or in the elastic collision, the initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. That is, kinetic energy in elastic collision is conserved. That is, we know that when m1 u1 and m2 u2 are colliding on each other, the kinetic energy of the first body will be m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square. This is the initial kinetic energy of the both bodies before collision, and the final kinetic energy of both the bodies after collision. We know that the final velocities of the bodies after collision are v1 and v2. So, the final kinetic energy of the bodies after collision will be half of m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. So, if these kinetic energy are equal, the initial kinetic energy is equal to the final kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy before collision is equal to final kinetic energy after collision. If they are equal, then that is the kinetic energy is conserved and the collision is said to be elastic collision. But if the initial kinetic energy, that is half of m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square, the initial kinetic energy of the system of two bodies is greater than the final kinetic energy of the system of two bodies after the bodies have collided, that is half of m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square is smaller. The initial kinetic energy is greater than the final kinetic energy. In such a case, the collision, the kinetic energy is not conserved because the kinetic energy does not remain equal and the collision is said to be inelastic collision. We will take the examples of the elastic and the inelastic collision. Now, this is a room and in the room there are air molecules, gas molecules, oxygen, there are the air molecules, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and these molecules are constantly colliding with each other. But though they are colliding with each other, there is no sound. No energy is wasted. No energy is used. There is no sound created here because they are colliding. इथे खूप जास्त एअर मॉलिक्युल्स एकमेकांवर आदळत आहेत, कोलाइड होत आहेत. पण मला इथे कोणताही आवाज येत नाहीये किंवा प्रकाश दिसत नाहीये बिकॉज दे आर कोलाइडिंग विथ ईच अदर. So no energy is wasted. The momentum is conserved. Also the kinetic energy is conserved during such type of collision of the air molecules with each other. So such collisions are called as elastic collisions. And the inelastic collision. Now we have seen, supposing you have seen the accident of a car, supposing with a truck. Now both are heavy vehicles. When they are colliding on each other, जेव्हा ते एकमेकांवर धडकतायत, at that time what happens? That there is a big sound. Some light is also given out. There is damage of the car and the bus or the car or the truck. Damage of the body parts. So the energy is wasted in sound, heat, light or breaking of the body material. So such type of collision is called as inelastic collision, and here the kinetic energy is not conserved. Some kinetic energy is used in sound, in producing sound, light, heat or breaking the body parts. So this is inelastic collision. But if there is a case of some explosion, म्हणजे बॉम्ब एक्सप्लोड होतोय, त्याच्या आतमधले जे केमिकल्स आहेत त्याच्यामुळे तो एक्सप्लोड होतो आहे. सो द कायनेटिक एनर्जी in the case of explosion, the case would be that the initial kinetic energy would be less than the final kinetic energy. That is because some energy is supplied from inside the bomb which is exploding. So in that case of explosion, kinetic energy initial would be less than the kinetic energy final. In this case also, the kinetic energy is not conserved. There is a special case of inelastic collision, and which is a perfectly inelastic collision. Now here, the bodies m1 and m2, which are having initial velocities u1 and u2, now the final velocities, which are v1 and v2, they are same. That is, both the bodies have one common velocity v, which is the final velocity. That is, this is the m1 and this is the another body m2. Both stick to each other and move with one. This is having initial velocity u1, this is having initial velocity u2. Now when the collision is perfectly inelastic collision, both these two bodies collide and stick to each other and move in a direction with one common velocity v. And in this type of collision, the loss of kinetic energy, we know that in the inelastic collision, the kinetic energy is lost. So the loss in kinetic energy is maximum. So here we can take one example, some example of the elastic, inelastic and perfectly elastic collision. I have a ball in my hand and I drop the ball on the floor. Now if when I drop, it touches the floor and the ball rebounds with exactly the same velocity with which it was thrown, then the collision between the ball and the floor is elastic collision. If the ball bounces with lesser velocity, which we know that which happens in our daily life, so the ball bounces with lesser velocity, then the collision is inelastic collision. And if the ball is made up of mud, मातीचा ball तयार केलेला आहे, and when I drop it, it sticks to the floor, then the collision with the floor is perfectly inelastic collision. We'll consider the example of a bullet. When a bullet is fired from a gun on a block, का गन मधून एका ब्लॉक वर बुलेट फायर केलेली आहे, and if this bullet which is hitting the block, if it rebounds with the same velocity, then the collision with the block, collision of the bullet with the block is elastic collision. But if the bullet rebounds with lesser velocity, or the bullet penetrates into the block and comes out with lesser velocity, then the collision between the bullet and the block is inelastic collision. And if the bullet which is fired into the block is embedded into the block, and the block and the bullet are now moving with some velocity, some same velocity v, then the collision of the bullet and the block is perfectly inelastic collision. The next point, we are going to discuss the coefficient of restitution E. We are discussing collision of two bodies. This collision is head-on collision or one-dimensional collision. That is, when the body of mass m1 having initial velocity u1 collides with the body of mass m2 with initial velocity u2, and after collision, the velocity of mass m1 is v1 and the velocity of mass m2 is v2. But this all happens, the bodies before collision and the bodies after collision, they are in the same straight line. So such collision is one-dimensional collision or head-on collision. Now, during such collision, the relative velocity of approach of one body to other, so it is called as UA. So U1 is approaching U2. So body of mass m1 having velocity u1 is approaching body of mass m2 with velocity u2. So the relative velocity of approach UA is u2 minus u1. And relative velocity of separation, now after they have collided with each other, now they are separating. So the relative velocity of separation, which is Vs, is v2 minus v1. Now the coefficient of restitution E is defined as the relative velocity of separation. It is the ratio of the relative velocity of separation to the relative velocity of approach. So that is E is minus Vs upon UA, that is minus V2 minus V1 upon U2 minus U1. So we can absorb this minus sign inside and we get V1 minus V2 upon U2 minus U1 is the coefficient of restitution of the head-on collision or the one-dimensional collision. Thank you.